I never thought that I would be making such a video about my friend, or I guess you should say ex-friend, GreekWarrio. But here we are. For an entire week, he has been talking trash about me on stream, slandering, besmirching my character, making things up that are simply not true.
Yeah, this isn't like a dwarf lord raid. I'm not like looking to take your cut, then going on like a long-winded like rant about how good I am at the game.
But what did I do to deserve such a smear campaign? Well, I penalized a friend of his in one of my raids. But it was not just any friend. It was his gold buying friend who buys him all of his big ticket items. You can see him here buying him Carnage, as well as this shield for him. And it's no surprise that Greek has kind of latched on to Daza. He once asked me to be his sugar daddy.
Dwarf Lord, I need a sugar daddy right now more than ever. You got like 400k, bro? Just slide me like 5k, bro. That shit would take me so far, bro. Like, dude, Dwarf Lord, I need a sugar daddy more than ever.
In the past, I have supported Greek many times. Like when he was mass reported on the Deviant Delight server, I made a video lending my support to him. When his accounts were banned for gold buying and for tweeting against Agrind, while I do not support gold buying, I supported Greek and was critical against Agrind that someone tweeting against a developer shouldn't get you a ban. But all of that was thrown out the window for his oiler friend. Before we go into exactly what the penalty was, what it was for, and all the nasty things that Greek has been saying about me, let's rewind a little bit and let's hear all of the kind things that he used to say about me. Then we will go over all of the crap he has been saying, and then I will show you what I did to deserve all this. And you can be the final judge. Every time that Greek and I ever did a raid, he would basically say something along the following line.
This is Dwarf Lord. He's been around an era, streaming era longer than me.
Oh, damn.
He was like the first. I started playing Classic Era because I watched one of his videos back in 2023.
Oh, damn.
Greek had been hosting some Nax lights that were, well, not full clearing. And I said, you know what? How about I come along, I'll raid lead, I'll tank, I'll bring a couple people with me. And it was a long night. But as you can see by the next clip I'm going to show you, we got it done. And Greek got Ashbringer that night. Pally's through the ads. Heal the tanks, heal the tanks, heal the ice blocks. Kill this boss. We have a kill. We have a kill here. Kick. Let's go! Let's fucking go! 15 out of 15. That was a long fucking raid, man. But we got it done.
Dwarf Lord, that was a long ass fucking raid, but thank you for leading it, brother.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking pro.
Whew.
Dwarf Lord, I fucking love you, man. If you're ever in Tampa, fucking come through, bro.
So all those clips I showed you, that's like from 8 months ago. Then, last week, I was doing an axe, and Greek came along, and he was tank number 2, the X tank.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
I'm not getting stream.
It was very common for us to stream together to support each other. That's why he was going to knock on my stream. Next one's going to be Golden Greek. Walk it in.
I don't have a lip up.
Walk
You
it
don't
in.
need it.
Walk it in. Put a shield on and
Deployed.
shout. You never lip shout this.
Okay, Roger.
Poison or cleanse the fears. These actually don't hit that hard. They do a lot of mind flays, so that it's not.
No, I trust you, bro. Whatever the Dwarf Lord says, like, it's done, my lord.
That night, before I started streaming and during the stream, many times Greek said, you know, Dwarf Lord, I'm here to learn to tank, to become better, to learn from you. Whatever you say, I will do. So in the following clip that I'm going to show you, the person who's about to die, They're the one who gets docked, Greek's friend, and I kind of make some light fun of them. And they themselves agree they messed up. And later on, Greek is even asking me to kind of say the thing you called him again, you know, like keep making fun of him. It's just when you start taking the money away, that's when people get angry. If you get negative, you're going to run straight through the boss. Watch your mark. If you're negative, you run through. Keep me up. You really are a Malaka.
Yeah, I really am. Instead of my fucking screen, bro.
To be clear, I always welcome questions. Much better to ask a question than make a mistake. Although, I was surprised by some of Greek's questions. He does talk a big talk sometimes about how other players are bad. I'll show you examples of that later. And it seems like on every boss fight, he didn't know what he was supposed to be doing. I'll be real. I shouldn't have docked Daza. I should have docked Greek.
Should I expect to tank it all here or no? Dwarf, am I just going pure DPS here?
Yep, DPS. Exactly.
Dwarf Lord, am I Fury Pro for Kalthazad for the ads or Fury?
You wanna be Fury Pro. You know better. All right, hit escape. Let it. It's on Salami. Let a tank pick it up. Heal Salami. Let him have it. Let him have it. Focus CC mages. All right, heal the frost. 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 Who's this boss on? It's on a DPS warrior.
Whitemane.
You need to. Where's our threat? Where's Razmira? Yelia? Like, come on, guys. Where's fucking Greek? Where's this threat? Heal Yelia. Put a shield on him. So what happens in that clip is essentially GreekWarrio was not tanking. You heard me previously. I said you want to be Fury Pro. Maybe he was Fury Pro, but he was DPSing. He was whirlwinding. And check out this gear he was wearing to tank Kalthazad. First of all, you can see on the threat meter, he had no threat. He was in Zerker stance. He wasn't generating threat. He wasn't doing anything. So when I got mind controlled, a different tank did pick the boss up. And there was another mistake that happened. The boss was PI'd, didn't get purged, and a kick was missed. Like the frostbolt one shot the tank who did have it. So we had one tank who did have the boss, and so we lost that tank. But GreekWarrio was not the proper spec or proper stance, not wearing the proper gear to tank, and the boss went loose. A DPS warrior was tanking it for a bit. So GreekWarrio was one of the reasons that we didn't kill Kalthazad. So here it is. I present to you the video footage of me docking Daza.
So, Guo, Harry, and Pippin, you played like shit. And you didn't bid on anything. Guo, Harry, you did 0 sunders, and also you did not bid on any of your upgrades. And what? You pulled mobs. So, have a good night and get fucked.
Oops, actually that was a clip of GreekWarrio docking someone. Sorry. I will just keep watching anyway.
No, the thing is, I don't need you to understand, but what I do need you to understand is as a warrior, you have to use your major class ability. You need to press Sunder. When I bring mages to the raid, I expect them to use Arcane Brilliance and give me water. If you're a fucking warrior and you go to a raid and you don't press a single fucking Sunder and you think you're getting paid, and while fucking riding the bottom of the fucking meter, don't ever come back to my fucking raid. Have a good night and respectfully, get fucked. No, Sam. No, Sam. No. I told you, fake buyer, no cut. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked.
He's just laughing and swearing at people that he docked.
Yeah, Sam, I said it, bro. Those are the rules, bro.
Oh, okay. So he's adhering to his rules, and that's why he's docking them. Interesting, because I had rules, and that's why I docked Daza. So I guess that makes it okay for me, right? All right. This is the end of the video. So what you can see here while he's mailing the cuts, you can see the person that he docked standing there trying to trade with him. And you can see the amount of gold that he's docked them in the window here, which means he didn't actually dock them. He's just not going to pay them, and he's going to keep their cut, right? That's called stealing. What docking a cut means is in the Gargle ledger, you uncheck their name, and then that gold gets redistributed to the remaining 39 people, right? But what he did was he kept it checked, then he's just keeping it for himself. So that's not a dock, that's just stealing, right? He's stealing from all 40 people of the raid now. So the day after raiding with Greek, how I found that there was an issue between us was I saw him posting in a mutual Discord between the two of us, the I'm Gonna Say It Discord, and he said, make sure if you're bored, sign up for my Nax Light on Saturday. And then he responded to himself, I'm hosting Nax Light, won't dock you 50% for dumb shit because I'm poor IRL. So, first of all, he's obviously referring to me. And personally, I don't think I docked for dumb shit. We'll go over the dock in detail shortly. And because I'm poor IRL, first of all, he has no evidence of that. So, okay. But we'll talk about that in a bit. In response to what other people are saying, he says, yeah, Dwarf Lord docked Daza 50%, even though Daza spent more than everyone else combined in his rate of poors. So, personally, the amount of gold you spend doesn't give you any sort of privilege, in my opinion. Normally, when you spend a lot of gold, that's considered to be a pure buyer, and they don't get a cut. Although Daza was not a pure buyer. In fact, he had a lot of epic gear. Tier 3. He was a combination of Nax and Blackwing Lair gear. Yet he was lowest damage. He did a third of the damage of the other Warlock in the raid. Daza was docked, as we'll explain shortly, for extremely low damage. For dying on Polarity and losing his world buffs, and dotting up shackled targets, breaking CC, which makes fights more difficult. The dock was fair. And Daza didn't even cause a wipe. It's true that on his own, he didn't cause a wipe. You know, he didn't do something that wiped the raid. But the thing is, his damage was trash. His performance was low. And that was deserving of a dock. So I say to him, you value gold, I value competency. Do not tank Kel'Thuzad in this gear again. I said, I don't give a fuck how much gold someone spends. They shouldn't care about getting docked when they're just going to buy more gold on G2G.com. If someone dies because they don't know the difference between a plus and minus, I'm sorry, they're getting docked. So you can see again, that picture I showed you. He's wearing 0 stamina on most of his pieces. He's wearing DPS gear. He had no intention of tanking. He was just doing the wrong thing. He had a slow main hand, a fast offhand, meaning he's in his DPS set. That's not his tank set. He was not tanking Kel'Thuzad. He should have been, and that was a big... Greek wiped the Kel'Thuzad fight, essentially. And then I say, you can call my raid a group of poors, but you bring Daza to buy stuff that you can't even afford. Like, what's with that? So one of the people in the Discord here, Chuck, says, not gonna lie, that dock seems a bit severe. Now, the reality is that Chuck doesn't know the whole story at this point, and Greek is just saying he died to Polarity, that's why he got the dock. And that's one of the reasons. But like I said, he also did very low damage, and he was breaking CC'd targets. Greek says that I'm a bald, poor Canadian trying to make his gold back by taking cuts. Docking people doesn't give me any sort of, it doesn't make me feel good to dock people. But we have to have a standard in the raid. And it was explicitly stated that these things would potentially give you a dock. And he checked all the boxes for the dock. You might think it's unfair, but when people just keep on dying to dumb things, and you've got 10, 15 people who've now lost world buffs, it makes Saffron and Kel'Thuzad a lot more difficult. And so that's why that rule's in place. If we're not going to full clear, then you're not getting a full cut. And if we full clear and you made those mistakes, I'm not going to dock you. But if you made it difficult to full clear, then I'm going to dock you. Does that make sense? So yeah, if you kill a mind control player and take their world buff, if you die to polarity, if you beam people on Zealot or something, if you die to, I don't know, a slime, then I'll dock you.
Bro, what the fuck? Dude, someone else exploded it. I literally was not close to it. That's fucking crazy.
So that's what happened. He joined the raid. He knew the rules, and then he did the things that would necessitate a dock, and then complain about getting a dock. That's like driving 100 miles an hour in a school zone, saying, well, "Why are you giving me a ticket?" So then I'm just like, you're just insulting me. And he's like, you insulted me when I asked you not to dock someone that carried the entire pot. Again, my opinion is that I don't care how much money or how much gold you have. That is irrelevant. I only care about performance and if you're doing a good job. I'll show you clips of me buying people stuff because they don't have gold. I do that all the time. Someone comes to the raid, they're like, hey man, I just died on hardcore. And like, can I come? I don't have any gold though. And I'm like, yeah, man, just come along, man. Let's have some fun. And I've bought so many people gear that they can't afford. Min bid, I'll buy them gear, no problem. Do you need these legs? You got Bloodvine, which is obviously good. If you want, I can take it, give it for discount. Or I know you maybe don't have a lot of gold there. I'm just gonna buy them for you then. Give the Warlock this.
Say how you want to say it.
I'll play goalie again.
Yeah, here you go. So, first of all, am I bald? Yes. Let's do a little zoom. Let's zoom in on my head here real quick. Oh wait, that's actually Greek's head. Nearly every guy at some point, I think it's like 2/3 of men are going to be bald at some point in their life. So for a guy to make fun of a guy for being bald, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. I don't think bald is something to be made fun of. It's just genetics. It is what it is, man. That'd be like making fun of me for being tall, or making fun of someone for being short, or making fun of someone for being fat, or making like what? What? Is this really what we're stooping to here? Then he calls me Canadian. I'm not sure why there's the need to differentiate my nationality. Like, is it a bad thing to be Canadian? That's part of the insult? You're Canadian? Like, I don't understand that at all. And then he keeps calling me poor. Where's the evidence? Then he's like, there's Daz's crypto wallet, 45 million. Who cares? It's not about the money. It's about mutual respect. It's the principle. You dock me 50% because some dog shit tank can't hold threat on my Warlock with no rings and shit bracers. So, first of all, there was zero time when his Warlock pulled threat. Ever. Ever. Unless he's thinking about when he broke the CC and a mob was chasing after him. If you think that's pulling threat. He never pulled threat. No. Just no. And I questioned them like, what are you talking about with threat? Please tell me more. And By the way, like, what kind of conversation would have happened? Did Greek DM Daza saying, "Hey, send me a message of your crypto wallet so I can post a screenshot of it," or did Daza DM him a screenshot saying, "Hey, post a screenshot of how much money I have"? Like, how did this happen? Like, what a weird, cringe, goofy thing. Like, that is just weird to think about. But like I was saying, I'm asking about the threat. Like, tell me more. And he says, we're not going to go back and forth, bro. We're not tripping over pennies like you are. This is about mutual respect being returned. Like, I understand you're broke from buying Thunder Fury, but that doesn't mean you dock people who didn't cause wipes. And I say, I'm not broke. I've got 500,000 gold, and I have no use for gold. I have lots of gold with zero use for gold. I have years worth of consumables saved up. Like, I've got multiple bank characters of Mongoose and all this sort of stuff. Like, I don't need gold. I don't need anything. I play the game because I enjoy it. So real quick, here's one of my gold capped characters, hardly newer, guildmaster of a troll guild that I made. Just got all my chocolate boxes and gold cap, and then we will log out. And obviously this is my rogue on my one account. We'll go into dwarf flowers, where you can imagine I have flowers, but in addition to flowers, what else do I have? Flowers, tons of flowers and lotuses, another gold capped character. So, yeah. He says, you're broke. You said it on Discord last night. That's why you're cut hungry. Daza equals $42 million crypto account. I'm like, I don't even take a host cut. I do. It's a 4% host cut, but I don't keep that gold. I just give that gold to my guild members as prizes. And he says, it's not about the gold, brother. So he keeps talking about the gold, but then he says it's not about the gold. So I'm not really sure what this is even about anymore. I'm very confused. Even if I didn't have much gold, docking someone doesn't give me much gold. Let's say I dock someone 1,000 gold. That doesn't give me 1,000 gold. That gives me 1,000 divided by 40, because there's 40 people, give or take. It gives me almost nothing. It gives me pennies. So docking is not a way to get gold at all. But GreekWarrio can make the claim that anyone docks 50% over minor stuff doesn't have gold. That's quite the claim. Same reason why you just bought a house pushing 40. First of all, I'm not pushing 40. I'm 36. I don't think that's pushing 40. Greek's young. I believe he's in his 20s. And so I can understand that at that age, you might feel like 36 is the end of the world for you or something. I have my health. I'm in great shape. I have tons of energy. When I play with my niece and nephew, all the other adults, they're like, I'm lazy. And I'm just running around. I'm doing cartwheels and I'm playing with them and stuff. I have my health. I have literally everything I want. I have a job that I love, right? I have a partner who lives with me, plays WoW with me, pretty much won the game, won the world, won at life, basically, to have a partner that I don't know. For me, having a girl who plays WoW with you has always been the dream for me. So I'm winning at life. You see here, I've been out of country. I've been in school for a decade. I might have moved into this place 2 years ago, but I bought it in 2020. It took a long time for construction. I'm debt free, 200,000 in school debt free. I have a job I love. If I had 45 million in my bank account today, I would not change a thing of what I do. I don't need material possessions. That doesn't interest me. I have what I need. I have my space. I love my life. I'm more than content with everything that I have. How do you buy a house when you're in school for a decade? When you're studying abroad? Okay. The best part is Dwarf Lord never paid me back for the flasks he forgot in his mailbox last night. Y'all really be tipping your hands? I don't know what that means. Tipping your hands. Maybe it's like a saying. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I got money. Hey bro, can I borrow a flask? I'm down bad. Never said I'm down bad. I forgot the flasks in the mailbox. It's a pretty easy thing to do. There's a consume called the lip that looks like flasks, and then I'm raid leading, I'm doing the roster, I'm doing the invites, I'm doing everything. One man show, super low host cut, 4% host cut. Most hosts do 15% host cut. I do a super low host cut. And so does Greek, honestly. You know, I've always commended Greek for having such a low host cut because so many of these raid leaders, they take more than I think they deserve, but they take it because they can, because people don't want to host raids. So anyways, you know, I'll give Greek credit where credit's due. He also does a low host cut, but for him to be like saying I never gave the flasks back, I mailed them to him. And then he says, oh, a whole day later. So first of all, he says, I never gave them back. Then I say, actually, please stop lying. I did give you them back. They're in the mail. Check your mail. Then he says, oh, a whole day later. That makes things so much better. First of all, it wasn't a whole day later. We finished the raid very late at night. It was like 2 a.m. And then I mailed them to him at like 10 a.m. Are you that down bad, Greek, that you can't wait 6 or 8 hours or something for your flasks in the mail? That was a wild allegation. And here's the clip of us talking about the flasks where he was super chill, like, oh yeah, take your time, no problem. So how do you go from oh yeah, no problem, get them when you give me the flask, when you give me the flask, to accusing me of never giving them at all?
No, pay me an hour later for the flask before you forget.
No, if I pay you now, it's gonna fuck up the
no problem. I gave him the flask though.
And then some of the other members of the IGZY Discord, Doja's like, yo, who the fuck is Daza? And then Greek says, oh, it's the richest player on Era. And then Chuck's like, this is just Azeroth, like, who cares? Oh, excuse me, richest player in and out of game. Then Doja wants to know who the guy is so he can gank him. And then Greek says, oh, you're adding a man that can literally buy your apartment lease with one of his accounts full of gold. And people are just like, now at the point, people are just laughing at Greek. They're going to start trolling him. Daza says, real and true. Chuck says, well, I could also kill him with my bare hands, but what the fuck are you even talking about here? This is WoW. Like, who cares about how much gold you have or how much is in your bank account? Like, just play the game. Then he says, I don't entertain broke fucks who have never seen 10,000 in their lives. Super weird comments. Could not possibly care less. Like, no one cares at this point. Daz is trying to impress people, and everyone's just like trolling him. Entertain me, bitch boy. Keep talking about money, cringe, and why are you adding him to bully him in a video game? Duh. And then we're talking about someone oiling a GDKP pot, and y'all got offended. They ask, are they going to buy my house? Daza, it won't be necessary for you to buy my humble abode. I've been living free, rent-free inside GreekWarrio's head for the last week because he's been yapping about me on stream nonstop. 45 million playing classic WoW and sucks at it. How are you going to make 45 million but also fail plus minus? Something isn't adding up. Richest WoW Classic Era NA player. Do you even know what I have in my crypto wallet, kid? And you're going to deduct me? Listen here, you little shit. Like, everyone's just memeing on Daza at this point. And I was typing up a response here. And people see that. They're like, the Dwarf Lord reply about to be a movie. And I'm like, yup, make a video. Oh, well, you're watching it. And then they say, oh, we're getting a video for sure at this point. So this is what I said to Daza. Daza, the doc was a bit harsh. For dotting up a shackled mob and dying to polarity, maybe 25% instead of 50%. Maybe something no doc is in order. There are some people who probably should have received the doc, but they didn't. There was a priest who didn't heal one of the tanks on Patchwork like for 5 whole seconds, and that tank died. They're probably deserving of a doc. I just raided 1 year on Fresh with my retard guild, constantly doing dumb shit, day in, day out. I had like 10 Taguros in my guild. Recently, I took a zero tolerance approach to failing mechanics, and you've come under fire for it. I will take this experience into consideration and learn from it. That said, Greek, the way you're speaking to me, after knowing you for so many years, over a 1500 gold doc, is kind of shocking, honestly. And then at that point, people are just showing their fake bank accounts and shut the fuck, look at my wealth, peasant. They're just trolling him at that point. Now, how I found out that Greek was talking trash to me behind my back is, well, people were coming into my stream saying, hey, are you and Greek besties? Because he's always chatting about you. So apparently he's been spending most of the time on his streams just talking crap about me. People were commenting and asking, hey, is there something going on between you and Greek? I tuned into your Knack stream where you two were playing together. I had to leave before it ended. And today he's talking shit about you. On stream, when people are asking about you, I had a stream in the background and he just heard, oh yeah, but Dwarf Lord's poor or something. People are talking crap about you behind your back in Discord right now. The only reason he's defending his friend is because his boy spent 90,000 gold on gear for him. I'd be sucking his dick too. Might have to make a tune on Whitemane to raid with you in Greek. You see, there's a lot of people who watch my content that also watch Greek's content and vice versa. And so there's people who want to play with me and want to play with Greek. Hey man, what did you do to that man Greek? Make him spend like 50% of his stream yapping about how superior he is to you. Did you step on his small wee-wee or something? I clicked on his stream for 10 seconds. He was starting a BWL GDKP. And he's like, guys, this is not a Dwarf Lord raid. Don't worry, I'm not going to scam you guys. I don't know why Greek keeps making up shit about you on stream. You never said one bad thing about the guy. Really lost a lot of respect for him. So as you can see, there's people who like both of our content. And when we've played together in the past, they really enjoy that. But now they're losing respect for him. People commenting on Greek's stream, after people tell me for so long that he's talking crap to me or about me, I hop into his stream to see what's going on, and people are saying to him, you should stop gobbling oiler dicks. Then one of my guild members messaged me saying, did you hurt this man's soul or something? He's like, I'll go to BWL, buyer, show me gold on auction house crates. Then my guildie says, no thanks. First of all, I think it's super cringe for someone to do a gold check. Like, just invite them to the raid. If they have the gold to buy it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. Like, what is this whole checking your gold? That's what people do often. They'll check how much gold they have. They say and then they'll get their friends to bid them up. They say, how much gold do you have? I have 20K. What's your budget on this item? I'll pay 10K if this drops. Item drops. It's at 3,000. Then they say, bid them up to 10K. Bid them up to 10K? All right. So when you tell how much gold you have, you're playing your hand. I think it's really cringe for someone to host a GDKP and ask how much gold they have. Then he says, you're broke, fake buyer. All Dwarf Lord's viewers are fake buyers. No. So it appears that Greek is not taking my guild members to his raids, and he's just being rude to them. To the members of GreekWarrio's guild, Malacca's on Alliance, and Hungry Howie's on Horde, you are welcome to join my raids. I've been inviting you. I will not discriminate against you. No problem. There are some people in my guild who are from Anniversary. And Greek even made a video. Remember how I defended him in the past about making his gold buying video about how he says, I have to buy gold because it's too expensive to play on Anniversary. Now players are coming from Anniversary where he said, you have to buy gold to just have any gold. And these players who don't buy gold, they don't have that much gold. And so he's being critical of them. So how can you, on one hand, say, hey, on Night Slayer, you have to buy gold to be able to afford to play the game. But if someone who comes from Night Slayer transfers to Anniversary who doesn't buy gold, doesn't have that much gold, you're going to say, no, you can't come to my GDKP. That seems very hypocritical. You know how messed up the economy was on Night Slayer, but you're not going to give someone a chance just because they play on Era now, but they came from Night Slayer. Other people were commenting in the Discord, he does that to mages, did that with me too, replied with a similar response. The crazy part is, he docks players too, and then tells them to go fuck themselves after. Then does all this after Dwarf gave that Warlock a partial cut when he should have taken all of the gold, right? So some people are saying I was too kind to this Warlock. Look at Dwarf Lord, then look at this guy. That's enough to make him upset. But apparently Dwarf docked Greek's friend and buy all this gear because he's messed up a couple times in Nax. Now Greek is being a little bitch, talking shit behind Dwarf Lord's back. I joined one of his raids this past weekend and he wouldn't shut up about Dwarf. Fat man, small dick energy. So this is what other people are saying. And one other person says, I may be the minority here, but I'm kind of sad mom and dad are fighting. And my mom and my dad is... Who's mom and dad in the scene? I don't know, but there, like I said, there's people who enjoy both of us, our content, and when we're fighting, they don't like that. So that's really disrespectful, Greek, that you are treating me like this. And then also, you have to think about your viewers and how you're looking bad to them, talking crap about me. I hopped in to Greek stream another time, and there's people mocking me. Hey guys, Dwarf Lord here. I docked someone for 50% from my raid for no reason. Thank you for watching. When I've already explained to you the reason for docking them. Extremely low damage, breaking CC targets, and dying to a very easy mechanic. So, Greek was hosting a Blackwing lair, and I wanted to hear him talking crap about me. I whispered this guy who's in the raid, how's that Blackwing lair going? Awful. Been here for 3 hours. After that Blackwing lair, Greek was saying that he's never bringing anyone to his raids from the guild, from the Nines. And then one person in that guild says, I'm surprised you even noticed in between jerking yourself off for not being Dwarf Lord and not raging at people. They're saying the off tanks were positioning things poorly. This is after they wiped many times on Firemaw, and the taunts were messed up, and you blame one person in this guild. So let's take a look at this Blackwing lair and see just how messed up it was.
Yeah, this isn't like a Dwarf Lord raid. I'm not like looking to take your cut, then going on like a long-winded like rant about how good I am at the game. It's pretty chill. Only time I'll probably penalize is if like you cause a wipe or you pull thread and fail.
Oh my god! Wow!
There's no tanks alive, so this will probably be a reset.
Oof. A Firemaw wipe. Happens to the best of us.
Boss is here, get out of the doorway. Get out of the doorway. And you pulled it. Nice.
And another one.
Hopefully we have another onk. If not, we're all running back.
Oof. Someone was rezzing after the wipe and pulled Firemaw. It can happen. It can happen.
Like I said, guys, this isn't a Dwarf Lord raid.
You're right. This isn't a Dwarf Lord raid. If it was, the boss would be dead.
If you guys like want to waste my time, I'm just gonna be cringe and like say funny shit in Discord. I'm not gonna go on a long-winded rant. Oh, bro, he's so annoying to raid with. It's like a Karen, bro. He's like, you're all trash at the game.
Just the other day, this is what a first-time person who ever raided with me said about me. They didn't call me a Karen. If you call me a Karen and say that I'm so annoying to raid with, why did you raid with me so many times before then? And so, I mean, what is being a Karen? Is this me calling mistakes out, raid leading? Hey, that's totally fine if you don't like my raid leading style, but I'm pretty sure you've called people bad as well, so Yeah.
Focus up.
You gotta turn it around. Don't
Wait for
touch
threat.
the
Alright,
fucking
you guys,
boss,
what
guys.
are you guys doing?
Yeah, boy.
You gotta let him get in position. Are you guys retarded or what? Tighten up your fucking chin straps. It's gonna be a long raid if you don't focus up. Hey guys, there's no threat on the boss. What am I gonna do? Open up on it? Fucking idiot.
So is that an example of being a Karen? Here, Grog, the raid leader, nothing against them. I would have probably been calling them retarded as well. So, but is that being a Karen? You know, calling people out because your raid leader is doing these Karen activities that I would have also been doing. By the way, every raid that I host, I raid lead. I've watched a bunch of Greek's raids. He doesn't raid lead. He just invites people. And that's his host cut. And then he gives a raid leading cut. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't ever raid lead, but I watched a couple streams. I didn't see any raid leading. Again, I'm not calling Grog out or anything, but I mean, I would be saying the same sort of thing, but I think this is what Greek is referring to as being a Karen, is this kind of like mocking sort of stuff. I do that all the time, I'll be honest. Guilty of that, if that is what being a Karen is. But how can you call me a Karen for chirping people, yet your raid leader, who's raid leading your raid, is also chirping people for being bad? Hypocritical.
Need a warrior in there to taunt it. Need any warrior with a cloak on.
Alright. Does anyone else like want to go back and get their main tank set?
I don't know if we're at the third or fourth Farmall wipe, but hey, could happen to anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. The tank dying or tank not taunting or breath in the raid or I'm a retard and I hit the fucking boss before it's even in position.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
I mean, you go down the fucking list. You guys are playing like you lick windows for a living. I'm not gonna lie.
So again, Grog is calling people retarded. They were pretty retarded. And Greek is agreeing with him. So it's okay to be a Karen, I guess, if you're Grog, but not if you're Dwarf Lord. No, not okay.
Holy.
Okay, the pool's ink, guys.
No way.
Nigel's dead. It's on rain. You're gonna need an off tank that has a cloak on to step up and get main tank position. Push it back, position it. Watch out, Raid. Watch out. Turn it around, turn it around. You just breathed everyone.
That's a lot of Farmall wipes for a Nax geared group, man.
Yeah, it's like we're bleeding players right now. Just res me, we'll do Lou and go since y'all don't want to push your buttons. Like it's we're fucking with people's lockouts at this point, but I literally can't press your buttons for you. Tanks, you gotta like look at a guide. Like I don't know. I can't like salvage this. We keep losing people.
So a lot of people were leaving the raid. They were going to call it, but they actually do replace a couple people. So props to finishing the raid and getting it done.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no, I'm just redoing cuts. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you trying. Like you're getting paid, but you're not getting like the tank bonus. I got to give it to the people who know how to tank.
But you can see in that clip, Greek was redoing the cuts. He was taking away the tank bonus, and because they didn't do a good job tanking. That's exactly what I should have done to Greek. He did a bad job tanking in Nax. Here's a fun clip. Picture being in Greek's raid for who knows how long it took to fill. Half hour, 45 minutes. And then Mr. Daza logs in and says, hey, do you have a spot for me? And Greek says, yeah, of course I got a spot for you. $45 million, brother. Let me just kick someone I don't care about to get you in.
I'll make you a slot right now. Hey, PM me. Hey, Daza, PM me. I got a slot. All right, we are full.
Here's a clip of him kicking someone else. Imagine, you've been in the raid a long time. You've made your way to the raid. They're about to start the raid and you just get kicked as they're about to pull and get replaced with someone else. How would that make you feel? Greek did this multiple times before they started the raid. Kicked people.
No. Yeah, no, we'll make room right now. Yeah, pasta sauce warrior. You have a great night. Sorry about that, bro. I need to get this guy's been long time supporter. Bro, I need to get this guy in. He's long time supporter. Long time supporter. Pasta sauce random. Sorry. No, shut the fuck up. All right, so Tank, you want a raid lead too? So I'll give you 4% total.
You can still hear him laughing about kicking that person as he asks Tank to raid lead for him. So again, I don't always have that much time to watch Greek's stuff because I myself am streaming, but I'm still waiting to.
I got more subs today. I'd stay up for 20 hours and keep hosting.
That was such a weird comment. If I got more subs today, I would stay up longer and tabbing between multiple characters, moving them around, and he walks in and pulls a boss.
Prepare for the return of the ancient ones. Are you so
Oops, sorry.
And still, here he is, playing multiple characters at once while tanking the raid. Of course he wanted someone else to come in and main tank and raid lead for him, so that he could just play multiple things, I guess. I don't know. Seems kind of disrespectful to the raid. When I raid lead, when I make a raid, when I'm tanking, I'm just 100%, I'm doing my thing.
I am honored.
So I could go on, but I think I'll stop here. I've laid it all out on the table. What are your thoughts? Would love to know them. Yeah. Hopefully this is the only video I will be making on this subject. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarflord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarflord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap